The purpose of this recording is to discuss adding and editing a place of service location in the EdgeMed software. The code tables reside in the fifth icon from the right. We're going to utilize the place of service icon by clicking on that option. It will take us into the place of service code table. Navigation within this particular program is by utilizing the tabs in the top left-hand side of the screen and the icons in the top right-hand side of the screen. The icons and the tabs that are highlighted are available to the user when they're highlighted or in color. When they're grayed out, such as the save, the delete, or the rebuild icon, those icons are currently not available. Upon entering into the code table, you are always in edit mode. So if you hit the enter key on the keyboard, it will take you into edit mode. If you desire to run a report, you'll simply click on the report tab, which will give you access to the filters. Once you fill out the filters, you can simply click on the printer icon, select report. We'll go ahead and display to the screen, and you'll get a quick print preview of all the locations that are currently in the system with all of their corresponding addresses and ID numbers. We're going to head and come out of there. If you wanted to just get a quick listing of all the place of service codes in the system, you could quickly do browse, which will give you a snip of information on each code table. And if you wanted to see that information, you could double click on it and it will load that information then into the main place of service edit screen. There are a couple of different options. You could go to the item that you want to double click on it and it will load. The other option that you have, go ahead and cancel out of there, from browse mode is to simply left click and put your focus on the line item and then click on the green check mark. That will accomplish the same task. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this particular code and we'll go through the process of adding. So I'm going to go ahead and add by clicking on the white plus sign in the green circle, and I'm going to put in my name. So we're going to say Lankenau Hospital, inpatient. Oops, I didn't want to leave all my caps on, sorry. Okay, and the reason I'm putting the IP for inpatient is so that when I look at the place of service quickly in the browse list or when I'm posting charges, I can quickly see which one is inpatient, which one is outpatient, and which one is ER. And then of course you put the address. Winwood Avenue, if there's a suite number, and then the zip. The country, the phone number, a secondary phone number if you know one, and then of course their fax number. Now in the bottom left-hand corner is the facility information. So if the lab has a CLIA number and you're going to be billing out labs, then you would need the CLIA number to be there. Now that's not going to be the case in an inpatient hospital. You will need an inpatient facility NPI number. So Lankenau Hospital has a facility NPI number, and all you need to do is contact that facility and tell them that you need their facility NPI number, and they'll give that information to you. Print on form, do you want this address information and the NPI number to actually print on an insurance form and or go in the electronic insurance file? Ask date you would put in for your inpatients, because that means the system, and if you hover over it, it'll tell you, click this location if it requires an admit and a discharge date. The category down here is user defined, and that would be if you wanted to run a report on all of your inpatient hospital services and all of your ER hospital services, you could call this category inpatient hospital. Okay, the next box under miscellaneous facility ID, these are designed for legacy ID numbers. All right, not a lot of insurance companies, or any that I know of honestly, require legacy ID numbers anymore since we went the route of NPI numbers. If you've come across an insurance company that does indeed require a facility ID number different from the NPI number, then you would put that information here. You would tell the computer system that Aetna, for instance, was requiring an ID number. You would put that ID number in this location, and then you would put what the place of service code was for that particular facility. So in our case, it's 21 because it's inpatient hospital. And you would click Save. Now, I do want to mention that regardless of whether or not you need to fill in an insurance company and an ID number, you would be required to fill in the paper and the electronic place of service number for every location. All right, so if we go through that process again and we go into add mode and we say the Coral Springs office, for instance, and we'll go through this quickly. Every office of mine is on Main Street. Oops. It helps if you type in the right information. Okay, Coral Springs, Florida. So when I get down here, I don't have a facility NPI number because offices do not have facility numbers. I may have a CLIA number. I may very well have a CLIA number. So I may have a number that looks like this. Okay. However, I may not have an insurance company that requires a facility number. So in this case, I'm simply going to fill in just the paper and electronic place of service pointers. And when I'm done, I'm going to save it. It'll let me know that the assigned code is number 9 and then take me out and give me the ability to add more. When you're through in this code table, you can simply click on the white X in the red circle and it will take you back to the main menu and allow you to go on utilizing the different functionalities. That is the end of the demonstration of adding place of service codes in the EdgeMed software.